This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
Bored with your boring cardio? Stop pedaling that snooze cycle to Nowheresville and try some cardio that's actually fun. Supernatural Fitness, available on MetaQuest. Isn't that right, Jane Fonda?
Cardio will never be boring again.
Sweat to the beat of thousands of chart-topping songs inside stunning virtual landscapes.
Bet your stationary bike can't do that.
Visit GetSupernatural.com and join the next fitness revolution. Supernatural VR Fitness, only on MetaQuest. Rated T for Teen.
This is Optimal Health Daily. 6 tips to use a standing desk correctly by Joe Leech with Healthline.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Optimal Health Daily. Remember, this is one of 5 podcasts where we read to you from blogs for free so that you don't have to read them yourself. Except on Fridays. That's where I usually answer your questions. But for now, let's get to today's post and start optimizing your life. 6 tips to use a standing desk correctly by Joe Leech with Healthline.com. Standing desks have become very popular. Early studies show they can be highly beneficial for health and productivity. This is especially true with versions that adjust between standing and sitting. However, there are no clear guidelines about the best ways to use a standing desk. So, I'm about to read to you 6 tips for using a standing desk correctly. These will hopefully help you maximize the benefits and minimize any negative effects. Tip number 1, alternate between sitting and standing. There's no doubt that sitting too much is not so great for your health. However, that certainly does not mean you should stand all day instead. Studies have found strong associations between lower back pain and standing occupations, such as bank tellers and production line employees. Standing still for long periods is also thought to negatively affect your leg muscles, tendons, and other connective tissues, and may even cause varicose veins. Fortunately, this can be avoided by simply alternating between sitting and standing. The research is still in its early stages, but a ratio of 1:1 or 2:1 of sitting versus standing time appears to be optimal for comfort and energy levels without affecting productivity. That means for every 1 to 2 hours you sit in your office, 1 hour should be spent standing. Try to alternate between sitting and standing every 30 to 60 minutes. Bottom line, try to alternate between sitting and standing. Early research suggests you should only spend 1 hour standing for every 1 to 2 hours sitting. Tip number 2, adjust your desk and screen. Correct desk height and computer screen position are fundamental for improving comfort and minimizing injury risk in the office. To begin, set your standing desk at about elbow height. This means your elbows should be in a 90-degree position from the floor. As a guide, the average 5'11" or 180 centimeter person would have their desk about 44 inches high, or 111 centimeters. Recommendations for screen position are not black and white, but the general consensus is to have it 20 to 28 inches or 50 to 71 centimeters from your face. As a quick reference, the distance should be no less than from the tip of your middle finger to your elbow. The top of your screen should be at eye level with a small upwards tilt of between 10 and 20 degrees. The idea is that you should never need to tilt your neck up or down. If you're using a laptop, try to align the keyboard with your elbow height. However, this may force you to tilt the screen back and your neck downwards, which is not ideal for long-term use. So keep that in mind. Bottom line, adjust your desk and screen for your height. Your desk should align with your elbows, while the top of the screen should be at eye level. Tip number 3, purchase an anti-fatigue mat. Anti-fatigue mats are commonly used in jobs that require extended periods of standing, such as working on a product line or at a counter. These mats reportedly combat standing fatigue by encouraging subtle movements of your leg muscles. This improves blood flow and reduces overall discomfort. Studies show that people who stand for 2 or more hours per day report less discomfort and tiredness when using an anti-fatigue mat. The mat will also help with leg problems and lower back pain. If you experience leg or lower back pain from standing, then anti-fatigue mats could be very useful. Bottom line, anti-fatigue mats may reduce the tiredness, leg discomfort, or back pain associated with standing more than 2 hours per day. Tip number 4, change your keyboard and mouse position. Working long hours on the computer can strain your wrists. Therefore, it's important to optimize wrist position when sitting or standing. The ideal angle when standing is slightly more extended, think tilted upwards, than when sitting. A failure to consider this difference in those who frequently swap between sitting and standing has been shown to lead to greater wrist pain and discomfort. In order to protect your wrists when standing, always keep your keyboard and mouse at the same level and your wrists straight when typing. If you still experience sore wrists on occasion, consider using an adjustable keyboard stand and gel mouse pads for optimal support. Bottom line, the ideal wrist position differs slightly between standing and sitting, so consider this when using your standing desk. Tip number 5, use arm supports. An arm support is soft padding or surface area that attaches to your desk. It is designed to reduce pressure on the wrist that operates the mouse. This is a well-researched area with numerous studies showing arm supports can significantly reduce the risk of developing neck and shoulder problems. These are worth looking into if you often experience problems, especially on the side of your dominant hand. Bottom line, attaching an arm support to your desk may help with shoulder and neck problems, especially on the side of your dominant hand. And finally, tip number 6, remember to take breaks. Even though standing at your desk is better than sitting, you should still take regular breaks to move and stretch, clear your head, and rest your eyes. For some people, those quick breaks come naturally, while others may need an automated reminder. A great option is to install reminder software on your computer, or to download a break reminder app on your phone. There are many free versions of both of these. One study found that after just 2 weeks of using a reminder program, call center employees experienced less upper limb and back discomfort. Bottom line, try using an automated software or app to remind you to take regular breaks throughout the day. Tip number 7, anything else? Using a standing desk can be really great for your health. However, a standing desk can be difficult to get used to and can even cause problems when not used correctly. So, try and use the tips I just shared with you to maximize the benefits of your standing desk while minimizing the risks. You just listened to the post titled 6 Tips to Use a Standing Desk Correctly by Joe Leech with Healthline.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
Bored with your boring cardio? Stop pedaling that snooze cycle to nowheresville and try some cardio that's actually fun. Supernatural Fitness, available on MetaQuest. Isn't that right, Jane Fonda?
Cardio will never be boring again.
Sweat to the beat of thousands of chart-topping songs inside stunning virtual landscapes.
Bet your stationary bike can't do that.
Visit GetSupernatural.com and join the next fitness revolution. Supernatural VR Fitness, only on MetaQuest. Rated T for Teen.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. So I really appreciate the author's balanced approach to these standing desks, because it's true, standing for too long can also cause problems. But standing desks are great because it kind of forces you to remember to not sit for as long too. And so it's very true that standing too long can lead to certain health problems. Yes, varicose veins are one of those, but also we're learning that it may damage the valves in our veins, which causes the blood to pool in our feet. And over the long term, that could lead to other issues like heart disease. And we're also learning that standing does burn a few more calories than sitting, which is great. And so really, the ideal mix would to be, okay, you sit for a little while doing work at your desk. Then you spend some time standing. Hopefully you incorporate that every 30 to 60 minutes. And then on top of that, you actually move your body. Maybe you go take a quick 5-minute walk. Or you walk down the hall to give somebody a message instead of calling them on the phone or using your office's chat function. Because by moving, you're going to force some of those big muscles in your legs to squeeze those veins and push the blood back up towards your heart. And that's what we want to have happen so the blood doesn't sit and pool in your feet. So again, that would be the ideal. You sit for a little bit, then you stand, but then don't forget to actually move, to actually walk. And that'll be the happiest medium. The happiest medium, well, I don't know if that made any sense, but you get the idea. That would be, let's say, the perfect balance. That's better. All right, that's it for today. Thank you as always for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber to the show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.